Hello angels, welcome back to another resin video. So in this video we're going to be making another resin corset. I made one a while back ago and that video is still doing well, so I was like, why not make another one? So I got this, I don't know where I got this fabric from, but I just found it and it looks so cute, perfect for this time. It does have a ton of butterflies on it. It feels very thick. I don't know why I bought this, but this is the fabric. I obviously wrap up my mannequin in some saran wrap because I don't want the resin to get on here. Need some gloves and dun 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 dun, my resin. This is the resin that we're going to be using. I got it from Amazon. So let's get straight into today's video. Alrighty, let's get straight into this video. So I remember where I got the fabric from. It's actually from Amazon. I used it like a few years ago to make a bonnet. It turned out so cute, and that's why I just had all this extra fabric just laying around. So first thing I'm going to do is cut off enough fabric that I think I'm going to need to be able to layer it on top of the mannequin. Obviously I already wrapped the mannequin in some saran wrap because I don't want the resin to stick on the mannequin and then ruin it. You can see that at her neck there's some resin on there. Unfortunately I can't get that off, so that's why you have to wrap it up in some saran wrap so the resin stick onto the wrap instead of stick onto the mannequin. You only need the mannequin to get the shape of the corset. So I'm just cutting off some fabric. And I already mixed up my resin off camera just to save some time. But it's 1-to-1 ratio. Just mix it up, let it sit. You can use a lighter or 99% ibuprofen alcohol to get rid of the bubbles. The bubbles really not going to matter. It's not like if I'm making any of my resin pieces where I need to be getting rid of all of the bubbles. So honestly, I did not care if there was like a ton of bubbles in there or not. So I'm just cutting off a little bit extra fabric because I realized maybe it was too much. And it honestly wasn't a lot of fabric, but yeah, it is what it is. After I figure out, okay, this is enough fabric that I want. This is me mixing up my resin. Looks good. I can just dip my fabric into the resin. Let it soak up some resin. Obviously, this is a little bit too much resin, so I'm just squeezing out a little bit of some. And then I'm just going to place it onto the mannequin. However you place it onto the mannequin, that's how it's going to dry. And when it's dry, that's the shape of it forever. You cannot change the shape of it once it's completely cured, once it's completely dry. Honestly, I haven't made these in a while, so I did not know what in the world I was doing. I was trying to figure out, like, I wanted it to be very plain and simple at the bottom, and then up top I was going to add some crims, some waves, just giving a little wave effect. But I was like, no, I don't like that. Then I was like, oh my god, let me figure out what else I can do with this. So then I started laying on the other fabric or sort of way, trying to give it some wave, trying to let it pop out some more, because obviously I didn't know what I was doing. But I think the final product actually turned out great. I should have added extra fabric around the corners and around the edges, but I did not. But I will try to make another one and do the same. So I decided for the top that I wanted it to have like a little choker. So that's what I'm doing there. Then I'm just crushing up the rest of the fabric to give it that wavy effect, so that it can give it that 3D effect so that it can start sticking out. And that's pretty much it. You could have just leave it just like this, but I was like, nah, that's just going to be way too simple. So the extra fabric that I had cut out and had just layered at the side, I decided to just put it in some resin as well and then lay it on there. I was basically trying to figure out what I was going to be doing with this. Eventually, in the end, I figured out how I wanted everything to lay out, how I wanted everything to look. And it turned out pretty cute, I shall say. Gorgeous. No. Decided that this was too stupid. And I added a little bit of some resin around the corners because I realized some spot may be missing some resin. So took up that fabric. Obviously I can't waste that fabric because I added in resin, and once it's cured, it's just going to be a waste of it. I can't sew it. I can't do anything with it other than resin. Oh my god, why does my voice sound like this? Oh my goodness. So I add another fabric on top of the fabric, and then the extra little tiny fabric I added on there as well, just so that I wasn't wasting anything. And this is what I like. I'm just gonna let it sit and cure overnight, 24 hours, or however long that it needs to take to dry. But it's just gonna take 24 hours because of the resin that I'm using. And here's how it looks. All right, this is it. I had it sit in for like a few days, don't know why. It just took overnight for it to dry, but let's see how it turned out. All right, this is it. This is how it turned out, the inside of it. Gorgeous. I need to fix around the edges, drill some holes in the sides, add on in there a ribbon so I can tie it around my back. But yeah, this is how it turned out. So gorgeous. I love it. So this is how it looks. I haven't added anything to it yet. I just wanted to see if it fit well to my body, and obviously it does. Looks pretty cool. Looks gorgeous. I love the butterflies. Oh, my nails. So I need to fix around the corners, get rid of some of the extra resin that is on there. This is the inside of it. So pretty. Okay, so this is how it looks. I just tied a little ribbon around the back of it. Just needed one, and it's secured on there perfectly. I just paired it with a dress. I wish it was a simpler dress because this one has some lace at the corner. But yeah, this is just how it looks from this corner to this corner. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Let's see how it looks out in the sunshine. Here's more of a better look. Gorgeous, gorgeous. This looks so gorgeous. Oh, this is pretty.